Okay, at the end, I definitely want like a picture of all of us.
Oh yeah, we're definitely taking pictures.
Okay, and a little BTS, and we need that dance move that you did.
No, that's not. That's
We'll
not.
do like a little.
Girl,
We'll
let's not do that, man.
This was a podcast, but instead it's. So you think you can dance?
It's definitely that. Man, hell yeah. So I know what to not talk about. So I am prepared.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Yeah, I mean, there's not really too many things off the table, but you get the vibe.
Yeah, I got you. Alright, okay. You're good. Are you good? Cool. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of the Relationship Method podcast. I am Chris.
I am Jay.
And Lori is out sick. Get better. She got the vid.
I got the vid.
Maybe.
Better, Lori?
Probably, yeah. Get better. Please get better. I told you that crack was bad. Cocaine's hell of a drug. Ah, damn. We got Jay back. He's here
temporarily for a day.
Temporarily. I was gonna say momentarily, but my shit was all fucked up. But we got a lovely guest with us today. She's a model, Twitch streamer, and foodie. You can't tell she's a foodie, but hot damn. Who we got?
We got Sasha.
Bitch, bam, 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 bam. Sasha, welcome to the motherfucking Relationship Method podcast.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Sasha Emery.
Hell yeah. You are vacationing Hawaii? Yeah?
Yes, but it's not as much of a vacation as you'd think. I've been doing a lot of photo shoots, and I feel like I haven't slept much. So
Model life.
Model life, huh? How's your photographer been?
So good. They are working fast. I already got some pictures from my shoot on Tuesday.
Where? Is your photographer local?
Yes.
Oh, so did you have could you understand him / her / him? So.
Yeah, I feel like I could.
Okay, cool.
Why?
Oh, because no bullshit. When I first got on the island, it took me a while to understand them.
Flipping through.
Because they're like, the way they talk is broken English. It's pidgin. So I'm just like, what? Sorry, what?
Understood. So my mom's fresh off the boat from Japan. And so she grew up having a little bit more of a broken English herself.
Yeah.
And now she's really good. But I think I grew up with that kind of thing. And so it was easier for me to understand right away. But I will say my photographer's English is very good. So
man, hell yeah. Shout out to the photographer. Oh, what city are you staying in? Are you staying in Waikiki?
Yes, I am staying in Waikiki
Whew.
now.
Like that. There's so much traffic in that. So it's funny because I've been living here for X amount of years now, and we don't go there. Just like how in Las Vegas, the locals out in Las Vegas, they do not go on the strip. They go to their local casinos and shit. But yeah, for us, we don't go there. We go on the outskirts of Waikiki because it gets super congested.
Understood. Yeah, it's very touristy, and I think it probably gets old if you live here.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much.
Hell yeah. Did you eat a lot out here?
Of course.
Yeah? What's your favorite?
I had poke 3 days in a row.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's your favorite? Is it the spicy tuna, the ahi?
I do salmon.
Ooh, ain't nothing wrong with salmon, girl.
Yeah, salmon.
Healthy.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got anything, Jay, before we get into this stuff?
Just go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I got some questions about it.
All right. I'm running this motherfucker there. Okay. So, you're a model Twitcher, right? How the hell? Okay. First of all, let's rewind this shit. What made you say yes? Because Jay shot a shot. I asked everyone this when they get on. How did Jay got the yes?
You know what? I was just really excited to do more podcasts, and I saw what you guys did, and I liked, the personality behind it.
She watches us, dog.
Yeah, I do my homework too, just like you guys do your homework with your outreach, and so I like what you guys were about, and it gives me another reason to visit Hawaii, and so I automatically just wrote down the username, and was like, all right, if I'm ever back in Hawaii, I'm going to message them. And I did.
Well, you know what?
Mic drop for real.
Thank you for that. I know. Meow.
Yeah, what you didn't see was the mic actually falling.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny that you said that because when I do my outreach, I'm just blasting anyone and everyone. And if they get in contact with me, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Little W's. It's the little W's, bro.
He kind of just like shoot a shot, and whoever comes on, just bring them on.
Yeah, I just bring them on, man.
I'm kind of just like, okay, pick a person, do some homework, and then another person, do some homework. I'm very low key about it.
Yeah.
And Chris is just kind of like,
I really don't care. Like I've came to the point in my life, and maybe it's like the maturity and the age that if they say no, I'm not gonna get butthurt. I'm just gonna be like, all right, let's move along. But it's crazy because when I get the no, they come back and be like, oh, I'm interested. Is that offer still there? And I'm like, sure. Man, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for reaching back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, okay. So we got that out of the way. How did you get into Twitching? Like, if you don't mind me, because I'm not a big Twitch guy. I don't even know what the hell that is. Is that like another YouTube stream or something? I don't know. But yeah,
I can tell that you're not into Twitch because you said twitching.
Oh my bad.
It's called streaming.
Oh my bad, dog. I call the internet the line, So I'm kind of old. Yeah, I'm not hip. Not hip.
That's okay. I'm here to educate. It's all good.
Yeah,
this is actually kind of a different story. I got into Twitch because I originally got reached out to by a director in Hollywood to become a host for a travel show.
Nice.
And
That's fucking dope.
Yes, it was really exciting. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the real deal. Like when you Google this guy's name, it comes up in bold with a picture. Like, and that for me felt like, okay, this person's famous. And they had a lot of followers with the blue check mark before you could purchase.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Verified.
So, like, it's all building up, right? I'm like doing my homework. Wow, this person really is like reaching out to me. So he said, hey, let's start getting to work on this travel show. But before we sign a contract, we can start getting some work done. My team's getting the contract ready. So I was like, okay, I don't want to get this guy upset. Like, this seems like it's going to work out.
Yeah.
So we ended up starting to promo it a little bit on my Instagram, kind of like, hey, we called it Sasha Does It. I'm going to be doing something. But at the end of the day, like, this contract was not coming through. And, in hindsight, looking back, I'm like, dang, I shouldn't have started to promo something without the contract signing. But the way that he kind of snuck in there was he basically said, whenever you see movie trailers, usually these trailers happen before the funding for the movie comes in. It's their way to get funding.
Oh.
Yes. And so because of that, he was like, we need to promo you so we get excitement and we can see and track like how well this might do. So that way we can kind of prepare. So it all made sense for me. And I'm like, I don't want to upset this guy. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like anything that I'm going to do that is super legit where I'm traveling the country with a person, I need a contract.
Definitely. Yeah.
And so it didn't happen. And so everyone just like, for 100,000 people, they're messaging me, hey, Sasha, like, what Sasha Does It? When are you going to do it? And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I just promoted some bullshit.
Damn.
So I ended up launching Twitch as my saving grace.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
So, Twitch, question, you get money off that shit?
Partnerships, right?
Yeah, so there's multiple ways where you can monetize off of Twitch. One is ad revenue, so you just kind of put as many ads in as you'd like, and you make money off of that. Then you get money off of subscribers, so people will just subscribe to you, so you have like monthly income that way. You get donations. You also, once you get partner, then all the money from your subscribers, they take a smaller percentage than they used to, and then besides that, it's the sponsorships. So you could have like every single stream sponsored. I have 3 different types of streams I do. One is cooking, one is working out, and one is chatting.
One of the cookings.
Yes. So because of that, I could have a sponsor for each type of stream for the whole month or whatever it is. So yes.
Just gotta put in the work.
Oh shit! So you're in front of like a phone or a camera like every day?
Not every day. It's 3 times a week.
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday.
Huh. Cool. And it's just straight up live?
Yeah.
Or
it's
like
live.
so like say you fart accidentally, it's just like, oh, excuse me.
Oh my gosh, that happened. It wasn't me though, I swear.
Oh. I'm doing that all the time. I don't care.
Yeah, so my brother, he was next to me. We were doing like a game night type of stream. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go live. And then I was like, 3, 2, 1, go. And my brother just farted so loud.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing.
And I was like, dude, it's live. He goes, what? No, it's not. And I was like, I just clicked. I said 3, 2, 1. What do you think that means? He goes, I thought that was like 1, 2, 3.
Hey, I'd probably be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Twitch again. Is that the one where you get the comments live on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so with that shit happening, how do you I mean, you get good comments, you get bad comments, right?
Yes.
How do you push the bad comments away? Like how do you deal with the bad comments as well as the good ones?
Right. So it's actually really nice. Basically, you'll start to get a loyal fan base.
Oh.
Your biggest supporters, since I transferred from Instagram to Twitch, a lot of the people that followed me on Instagram for years, they were on there. So immediately, the ones that really knew Twitch well, they were like, can I be your moderator? And essentially, you could get your most loyal fans to become a moderator, which means they're already going to be on my stream regardless. So now you give them access to be able to delete and block people that come in that are
prevent all the bad shit from happening, basically.
That's badass.
Yeah, so it's like a safety net from your community. So it makes it very nice.
Wow.
Makes it a nice community for all that Twitch thing.
I'm gonna try this streaming. I'm gonna look this motherfucker up. Is it free? Is it to sign on and everything, or how does this motherfucker work? Like you just go on twitch.com, put in your username, and then you just watch motherfuckers. Is that how?
Yeah. So essentially, you don't have to pay any money if you don't want to. You only have to pay if you want to subscribe and just be that supporter for them.
Yeah.
It's just that the bigger the streamer, the more ads they might have, and so if you do it for free, you're gonna have to watch like a 30-second Taco Bell ad.
Oh, but just like YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So, same thing.
Fucking hate those commercials. Thank you, Netflix, for no commercials. Jay, you got anything?
I do, but all right. I'm just gonna ask it off the bat because this is the Relationship Method podcast.
Yeah. Meow.
Question I have: single, dating, or taken?
I am single. I would love to be dating, but I'm about to head over to Japan for 3 months.
Oh.
So this weird in-between transition was like, what am I going to do with going on a date with someone and then
That's true.
Hey, peace out. I'm going to go to Japan now.
Yeah, well, he'll be like, konnichiwa, bitch. Oh, it's funny that you say Japan because I have several people that's in the guard that I talk to closely. They're in Japan right now. What is it like the time of year of the blossom or some shit? Why is it what's happening in Japan right now where everyone, especially people that I know, and including you, is going out there? What's happening? Is there like a festival or some shit?
You're absolutely right about the Japanese cherry blossoms.
Motherfucker!
It's the time of year where it blossoms. It's from probably mid-March to end of April. It just depends what part of Japan you're in. So that's why I'm leaving on Sunday. Because I don't want to miss it.
Makes a good photo shoot, too.
Hey, yeah.
Exactly.
Boy, your boy educated, boy. Look at that, man. Pat on the back.
Learn something every day.
Oh, I know, right? Thank you. Anything else, dog? So you're okay, so you're single. Do these people on Twitch, I know it's being monitored and stuff. Do they be throwing really slick lines? And if so, any of them stuck out to you where you're like, oh, XX Asian boy 43, that was pretty smooth of you?
Yeah, there are definitely times where someone will shoot their shot and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna remember that.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
I know, right?
Exactly.
She remembers, guys.
I recognize usernames. I do.
Oh, do you really?
Something that I tell people on Instagram is please don't change your profile picture because that's how I recognize you. That's how I kind of identify certain people that I regularly have chatted with, for example. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. It's like a memory thing. I have a game where I try to remember names, but I try to find something distinct about them.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a long eyelash or you know what I'm saying? Or make a birthmark, or if they have kind of hair, gray hair coming out their ears or something. That's how like I remember certain people. It's kind of fucked up, but that's my way of.
Now I need to know, how do you identify me?
Oh,
Oh no.
On the spot.
Well, okay, well, see, you have some pretty cool shoes on. I don't know, Steve Madden's. Okay, you have some Steve Madden's, so I'll remember the Steve Madden's. Also, like, you speak very well, you know. So it's like, okay, and also you're the first Twitch person that's came on the podcast, and also me saying twitching, streaming is fucking gonna like I'm gonna remember that shit. So I'm gonna be like, you know what, twitching, Sasha. It's like, you got to Twitch. Oh, Sasha.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? So I'm definitely gonna remember you. So yeah, Meryl.
Wow, those were all good identifiers too. I don't know what I would have done if it was like, oh, that your brother farted on that one. Every time I fart, I think of you.
Hey,
that would be freaky.
Hey, ain't no wrong with that.
All natural, man. It's all natural.
All natural. You got anything, Jay? Before we go more?
Yeah. So with all the social media, all the recordings and tainted your audience, like, how does that play in with your dating life?
Yeah, it's interesting. I would definitely say that any person that I go about dating seriously, they have to be secure people. Mm-hmm. Like if you have insecurities, it's definitely gonna enhance that, because I think about like a 70% male audience. Mm-hmm. And I also do like to interact with my community. So if they have an issue with it, it's kind of like, this is what you signed up for in a sense. Yeah. With my last relationship, that definitely did become an issue to a degree. Simply because it was just like, you know, I guess they wanted all the attention for them, or they're like, can you post me more? And I'm like, you know, I'm happy to post you on my social media, but also there wasn't much of him helping me with my hustle. So it's like, you want to have your cake and eat it too? You know? Yeah, okay. Exactly. Because I'm like, because that could kind of hurt, you know, my branding too. Sure. If I put too much of the guy when it's more of just the branding being me, doing my thing. So yeah, it can definitely be tricky. So the next person that I end up dating, like I want them to
know what you're signing up for.
Yeah, exactly.
Meryl.
Right. Know what you're signing up for, but also just like, as long as you're confident in yourself, first of all, I'm very attracted to confident people. So as long as like you know, you're just aware like Sasha's spending all her real life time with me and she loves me and all we do is hang out, like I trust her, the end.
Oh. And also be supportive too.
Yeah,
that goes a long way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just understanding like what this is about and being open to it is really important.
If the roles were switched, and let's say your boo was the main streaming guy. I was gonna say Twitch guy. The main streaming guy. Would you be able to give that support back because you know what this is about? I guess. Yeah. Ooh.
Right. Especially now, like I definitely would feel comfortable with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I will say it was like my second boyfriend, one from back in college. He actually was like more popular than I was. It was before I became any sort of content creator, but he was like a Brazilian model, and essentially, there were all these girls always reaching out, and to a degree, I was just like, why do you keep responding to them? Like, why are you giving them any attention? And so I didn't understand that it was just more like, you know, it's just part of the gig. Like, I'm a model. People will reach out and you say thank you. That's not really me doing anything more than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well,
gotta understand.
That's a realm that I'm unfamiliar with. You know? Goddamn. Well, shit. So could you tell us like the pros and cons of like streaming with a high like fan base and everything?
Sure.
Yeah, like what's the pros, what's the cons, the goods and the bads? Because I know you have an IG following, you have a streaming audience. Oh God, I almost fucked up there.
Well, you can say Twitch following.
Oh yeah, twitching following.
Leave out the ing.
Oh, okay, the Twitch following, the Twitch follower. Yeah. So what's the pros and cons in that?
Oh my gosh, I mean that's such a big question. So
okay, let me dumb it down then.
Yes.
What's the cons in that then? So are you oh God,
I think I could answer it.
Okay,
now.
cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think the freezing up helped me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I would say the con of having a social following. It's always like you have to feed the beast. So it's like if I'm off and not posting on Instagram for over a week, I feel like I'm behind. Like, oh my gosh, like
facts.
I'm not giving the audience what they want.
Yeah.
On top of it, it's like suddenly your impressions go down and suddenly your post might not do as good because of the algorithm. So it's kind of stressful because you're kind of competing against just like the technology of the platform. And then also it's like people are waiting for you. They're kind of wanting to know what's going on. And so it's like keeping that healthy balance of, hey, I'm doing this and I'm also on Twitch. And so I actually find that Twitch is my favorite platform out of all of them because I'm able to showcase my personality more. And people are able to ask me questions like right on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it just helps out with being able to show that I'm human and I got jokes, I got a personality. It's not just like random photo shoot pictures or whatever. But then of course the con is you never know what people are gonna say. And sometimes with that, like people kind of forget that you're a person. So they'll just say some like crazy vulgar stuff. I remember I was streaming on Twitch once and I got a notification. It's called a whisper on Twitch. And yeah, it's kind of disgusting, but this person was like, "Hey, I would like to pay you an expensive amount of money to defecate and you videotape it."
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So like things get really weird, and you're just like, I mean, how do you answer that? The answer is you don't. You just pretend it didn't exist, and you keep moving on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it's like, I don't know. I feel like if you even answer them, then they're like, oh, she
acknowledging.
reads these. Now I can, keep messaging and see where I could get to this.
Moderators kick them out.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, like, your moderator didn't catch that, or like when a whisper.
Live, right?
So it was a whisper, so it was just a DM. It wasn't a word on the screen itself.
Okay.
But yeah, I was able to kind of just like catch it while I was streaming, and I was like, you guys. This is what just happened.
Okay.
Word. Damn.
I didn't know about this whisper part.
Oh, you did?
I didn't know about it.
Oh, my God. I just found out right now. Wow, what a world. Have you, you're in Hawaii, has anyone recognized you yet?
Oh, that's interesting. Not this time, but there have been times before where someone was like, oh my gosh, like, are you Sasha Emery? That happens from here, like, random times. But I think what's more common is someone will see me and then they won't say anything and then they'll DM me later. And I'm like, why didn't you say anything? Yeah. That could have been fun.
Okay. Question. You seem, you were super approachable. When these people like randomly like ask you who you are and are you that person, do you like that? Are you like warming when they come at you like that?
Yeah, I like to think so. It like definitely makes me feel good because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, a lot of it is online. So to be able to see it in person and like give that person a hug and be like, oh my gosh, wait, you are good looking. You look so cool and stylish and you like me, you follow me. Like it makes me, makes me feel really awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'm glad that, you have this big following. That shit didn't get to your head because I know people. Yeah. When their shit pops off, they're like, "Oh man, I just became a C celebrity." I'm like, "Oh, come on, man, come on, dog, chill out, bro. Yeah. I know you back in the day. You used to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Calm down,
calm down, buddy. We still cool. Oh, okay. Damn, that's cool as hell. That is cool as hell. That's funny that you said someone approached you because I was with my wife at Target. And then she was going to the car. I was paying for shit. And then I was just talking to myself and shit. And then someone came up to me and they were like, "Hey, are you that guy?" And I'm like, "You got to be more specific with that guy." It's like, "Oh, are you the voice from da da da?" I'm like, "Man, hell yeah, that is me. What's up, dog?" She's like, "Oh, bro, I like the episode of The Decline." Da da da. I'm like, "Dog, man, I appreciate you, bro." But I mean, I didn't take that shit to my head. It was just like one of those
humbling.
Yeah, it was like, damn, someone does listen to us, like on the island, and they're like, oh man, they matched my voice. And funny story thing is, Target, I heard Bretman Rock's voice, and I was like, hey, is that motherfucking Bretman Rock?
Right.
I turned around, I was like, oh, it is him. So I gave him his kudos. I was like, hey man, respect what you're doing. I didn't fangirl or anything. Inside of me, I was like, man, motherfucker.
Oh, you should have like.
Oh, dog, you'd have been like,
the girl voice.
You'd have been like, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So let me show you my chicken.
Oh, dog, for real, man. Jay, you got anything?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Okay, so I did a little research, and I want to ask you: are you familiar with the love languages, the 5 love languages?
I would say I'm fairly familiar. You want to run them down for me as a quick reminder?
Son of a bitch. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I was gonna keep count.
The touch. Okay, gift giving. The physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
The words of affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Spending
Quality
time.
time.
Oh,
Yep.
quality time. Okay, quality time. And hold up. Yeah, 4 out of 5. That's okay, right? That's like a 80%. What's the? You know what?
You got me actually. Yeah.
Damn. Sorry, guys. Pause. Okay, so I said words of affirmation, acts of service. Did I say that?
That one I think is the one that was missed.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me.
So that one's not yours.
You're right. Damn. Goddamn. So what do you think is like the toxic traits out of them?
That's a good question. I think it depends on kind of what you're missing out of maybe your last relationship or your childhood traumas. Because for me, with my last relationship, near the end of it, I was missing acts of service. Like he used to do something like bring me a glass of water before I went to bed because I always forget. But then near the end of the relationship, I'm like, hey, can you get me a glass of water while you're down there? And it's like, why can't you just get your own? Why do you forget?
Okay. Like, yeah. So it says here, like, the toxic for acts of service is procrastinating. Like, you're doing something, but you procrastinate in doing it. And then when the helper starts believing that the person should be doing it themselves.
right.
Yeah. So that's the toxic trait in that. And I was like, what the fuck? It never clicked when I was reading this shit. I was like, damn, why was I reading it? I just got interested at work. I was bored as hell. So that's why that's how I got it. I was like, what is my love language? Like, really? So mine was like words of affirmation. And with that, the toxic trait in that is the lying. Like when it becomes a cover-up lie. It's like, oh, you're doing good, but I'm actually not doing good. You know what I'm saying? Or thank you for doing this shit. But deep down, you're like, bitch,
I'm just saying it for
you motherfucker. I'm just saying that. Yeah. So I was like, toxic, real fucking toxic. What's your shit?
I mean,
Jay,
like for me personally.
Yeah. What is it? Is it physical touch?
Physical touch. I need, as much as I don't want to admit it, I need the person to be there because I'm not good with words. Let me kind of explain. Phone wise, I'm not good with phones. I'm not good talking over the phone. I show my appreciation with physical touch, being there for that person. Just like, for example, hugging them from behind, like showing how much I care about them. Some people don't even like reciprocate that, and that's what hurts me the most in my past relationships.
Okay, so the toxic trait with that one is when you do that, it's the withdrawal because you're giving too much, I guess. The withdrawing of like you're wanting to get love, but then when you get so much of it, you're like, oh man, I don't want it anymore.
But see, that's the thing. I don't get the reciprocation, so I get none of it all. That's how. So, yeah. Like if I get too much of it, like give me all of it. Shit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know people that is that you know the what was it called again? The physical touch? Is that what?
Yeah.
What so I know a lot of people that want the hugs and shit, but when they get too much of it, it kind of like turns them off. Yeah, it's like it becomes clingy, and I've seen it where they're like, dude, girl, dude, whatever,
I mean,
get the fuck away from me, man. Like, give me my space and shit.
I mean, like coming through like all my relationships, there's the time to when to caress someone or.
Oh, of course, yeah, time and place.
Doing it every day, and like even saying I love you every single day. Of course, it's becoming too much and becomes like not much of a meaning when you say too much.
Yeah,
like say it when you mean it, and I mean if you do mean it every day, there needs to be understanding why you're saying it every day.
Sure, everything in moderation, because if you do it too much, it takes away the meaning.
The meaning, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And I could relate with you on what you meant with physical touch, but in a sense, for example, I used to move a lot growing up.
Military or just?
No, my dad's just a boss, and he kept getting promotions.
Oh man!
Oh, hey, daddy.
Yeah, we're proud of him. We're proud
yeah,
of him.
my man.
Yes. And I think one of the things I noticed when I moved was I'd be like, hey, let's keep in touch, talking to my best friends. And, especially when they're young, they don't keep up. Like, it's kind of like bye forever. We probably won't keep in touch. And so something that I do now, because I hated how no one kind of tried to keep up with me, is I'll always reach out. I'll always check in. Like, even when I'm doing makeup, having that free time, I'm like, okay, who can I call? Who can I text? Like, I'm always wanting to. And then sometimes you're like, dang, I wish this person would just do that for me sometimes, So it's kind of like sometimes you put out the things that you wish other people would do for you.
We had this talk several podcasts ago that we would randomly hit people up and see how they're doing. And that shit doesn't come back, and it hurts. We're human too, goddamn.
I mentioned to Chris about this because sometimes people go through rough times, and then you reaching out to them randomly, that single call could change their life forever.
Definitely, yeah.
Someone could be going through something so hard they might God forbid, kill themselves. But that phone call saying, "Oh, I'm checking up on you," it shows that someone cares about me. That could be life changing. So
yeah. Let me ask you, what era did you live in? Are you when you were moving around a lot, did you have pen pals, or did you already have that cell phone?
No, cell phones weren't as big of a thing. I think I got a cell phone maybe in the 4th grade. So,
Okay.
So it is a little, okay, but it's not like I was born with a cell phone in my hand type of deal. I mean, I think Facebook started to get really popular in my middle school years. So Facebook was a big one.
So you kept in touch with people via Facebook, or was FaceTime popping back?
No.
Back then? No, FaceTime wasn't even there yet. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We grew up in the era of pen pals.
See, I never touched them.
Okay. Fuck. I grew up in the era of fucking pen pals. Well, goddamn. And then we wrote letters, and just like you, I'd be randomly writing, and then I don't get nothing back. But then when calling and texting, I think now texting is just super. You could text someone in Abu Dhabi, and the time difference is so fucked up, but you still get a response back.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's fucking crazy. You can FaceTime people now, wherever they fucking are. So there's no excuse of not communicating with with your folks, with your people.
I still push for letters. You just mentioned that because I feel like the physical letter that has a lot more meaning to me.
Oh my god,
brings back nostalgia too.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Did you ever write or get letters in high school or middle school and stuff? If you like me, circle yes.
Oh yeah.
Type shit.
I remember. I think this was the one that sticks out the most. It was the guy that had a crush on me. So the first crush where someone liked me. It was in middle school, and he would always come up to me and be like, "Hi, Sasha, I like your hair." And I would get so insecure. I was like, "Oh my gosh, stop!
What's wrong with my hair?
Stop looking at it." And so it was every day after school, I knew he was gonna try to come by and tell me that he likes my hair. So I would start sprinting and running away to the parking lot to have my mom pick me up. And then one day he was like, "Hey, Sasha," and I was like, no. And then I got real busy by the door, so he gave me a note, and he's like, just take it. And then I got in the car, and I was like, oh, what does it say? And it said call me, and it had his number.
Real slick guy.
Yeah, and then my mom was like, Sasha, what are you panicking about? I was like, this boy gave me his number, and she goes, you need to call him right now. She was on Team Will.
Damn.
And so I had to call, and then it rang 2 times, and I hung up. I was like, he didn't pick up.
2 times.
Two times. Man, did you used to do a 3-way back in the day? 3-way as in you would call someone.
I got the wrong idea almost.
Oh no.
3-way phone calls.
I meant okay, you pick up a call, you call someone, and you're like, hey Sasha, let's call so and so. So you go 3-way with someone. Have you ever done that before and tied up the lines?
I mean, not back in the day. These days, we'll do a 3-way FaceTime call. But no, back then, I was kind of not antisocial, but I did gymnastics for 13 years. And so from the age of 8 years old until I was, I guess, 20 years old, I did gymnastics. Yeah, I did it for 40 hours a week.
God damn, that's a job. Double backflip.
I knew it. There's actually someone that watches my streams that asks me to do a backflip every stream.
Oh, word? And do
No,
No?
I'm retired at this
It's
point.
like, right.
right.
There goes my back.
Yeah.
It's that ice.
I tore my meniscus, and that's what took me out of the sport.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Bad fall or just overuse?
It's weird because it wasn't that dramatic. I did a beam dismount, landed it, and then I was like, why am I walking funny? And then, I needed surgery like a week later.
Damn.
Yeah, I ended up competing on it against LSU. So I did college gymnastics.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was embarrassing. It was not a good routine. They had me compete on the uneven bars. Everything was good except the dismount because, like, hey, my leg's not really attached to itself.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, my leg did like a whole 360 basically when I landed. So the score wasn't good and my coaches were pissed. But then the radiologist is like, she needs surgery in 2 days.
In 2 days?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's like, you know what? Yeah. 2 days, you're on the table.
Yeah. No, it was messed up because
Really?
I injured it at practice and then saw the doctor. The doctor's like, oh, your knee has a cold. It's fine. But like, we'll do an MRI. And then essentially while we were at LSU getting ready to compete, we got the call about the radiology results. And they were like, technically the doctor hasn't seen you. So just go ahead and compete the uneven bars because you don't need your leg that much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Might as well just cut it off or something.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was cutthroat.
When you were in pain, did they inject you with anything? Because I know athletes now, when they go to the back, they get injected something, and then they're like, "Oh man, I'm good again."
Right.
Type shit. So did they do that with you?
They didn't do that with me.
No. Oh, my bad. Oh, were you waiting for me? Oh, remember Meryl.
They didn't do that with me. It was just kind of like they wrapped it up and they were like, "Hey, just one more time, just one more routine, and
Walk
you're
it
good."
off.
Yeah.
exactly.
Walk that motherfucker off.
That's cutthroat for sure.
Yes.
I got a question, and this is going back to you in middle school running. Looking back now, would you have given that guy like the time of day? Yeah, you're looking back and you're like, oh, but would you have done anything different with that guy? Like, oh, yeah, I'll take your letter, or yeah, thanks for the hair comment, whatever. Would you have done anything different besides running away?
No.
No. Okay.
No,
Cool.
I wouldn't have changed anything. I
Okay.
mean, the interesting thing is that he continued to reach out via Facebook even after I left that city.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and like at first it was like wholesome, like let's just be, like friends, and that's cool. But then he was like in the Marines or something, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm lost out at sea. Can you just send me a picture of your boobies?" And I'm like,
Wow.
that like ruined everything. You know what I mean?
Times,
I was like,
man.
yeah, exactly. That's how he made it seem, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, what?
Mhm.
Like I thought this was like cute little
Peace
middle
out.
school crush that we could just be friends and stuff
Yeah.
now. But instead, I was just like,
It just got weirder.
It just got weirder. So I would still run if I went back in time.
I would have
Maybe
like.
I would
faster.
run fast. Yeah,
Yeah, I would run
faster.
faster, man.
Yeah.
I would have, like pinched my knee and then took a picture of my knee and pretend that my knee would be a nipple.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh, and then like, oh, there's your picture.
Then you're gonna give him the wrong idea.
Fucker.
Oh, like.
Oh yeah.
So you don't want to do that.
Perception.
Exactly.
Ah, okay. Well, damn, I guess I'm just an asshole. Jay, you got anything more?
Yeah. So going back to the foodie question.
Ooh, foodie. Yeah, we like food.
So do you like actually taste, like the texture, the taste, aesthetics? What do you do with your foodie world?
I see. So you're asking me how I judge.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
what's it called? A connoisseur? Connoisseur?
Connoisseur?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
My English isn't there.
Going back to the broken English question.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's like, I used to not be able to understand, and now you have.
Yeah, yeah.
No, all good. So I think ultimately it's about taste, right? As long as it's like quality, I don't care what it is. So food taste is the number one. Like presentation is key, but like it's not the end all be all. There's so many places where the food looks good and it's Instagrammable, and you're just like, this is like a 5 out of 10. So
Okay.
yeah, it's like hopefully you get the combination of both. That's why I'm excited to go to Japan because usually the food looks amazing, and on
course.
top of it, it's yummy, and you don't really get too fat from it. Like all the Japanese people, they are so skinny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just about like the quality of food and like the type of food that they're eating, a lot of seafood. So
And the portion too, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. Portion control. People always ask me in terms of just like staying fit for modeling or whatever, and I'm still being a big foodie. It comes down to my portion control and then like how I eat. So a lot of the times, even though you didn't ask, I'm gonna tell you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I would say I stick mainly to a low carb diet, but that doesn't mean like all the time. It's just more like when I start to feel like kind of like crummy, I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna have rice or bread with this meal. It's gonna be more protein and vegetable heavy. And then it's like, oh, I want to have ramen. I'm gonna have ramen. So I never, force myself not to do something if I feel like it. But it's just like how I keep myself at bay.
Question, sticking on food. What's your favorite burger joint? Or have you had like the best burger?
Ooh.
Top of the question.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't think I go out to too many burger places to where it's like, okay, this is where I go get my burgers. I mean, like, In-N-Out's good. I think that probably is the best fast food chain that I enjoy. Besides that, I mean, like my dad makes a mean burger and steaks.
Ain't nothing wrong with that grill, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So, like,
that barbecue.
I like that better because then I get to choose my toppings and
exactly.
add random
hell
stuff
yeah.
to it. So yeah, it's like if I want that, I'm just gonna ask my dad.
Oh shit! What has what stuck out as food wise? Like, damn, this is the shit. I want to go back to I want to eat this more.
Okay, super random. There was a place that had churro pancakes.
Churros.
I love churros.
Damn
pancakes.
Yeah, and it was in Little Rock, Arkansas. It was like the best I've ever had, and it sticks out to me because I'm not really too into sweets. And so for it to be something where I'm like, I feel like I have to come every Sunday to get this churro pancake.
What's so different about it? Is it like sprinkled with more cinnamon? Is it the crunch of the pancake? Does it just taste like a churro mixed with the goddamn syrup? Is that what made it? Is that what popped out?
So I think it was the fact that it kind of melted in your mouth when you ate it. It tasted like churro, but at the same time, the edge was crispy. So you got everything that you love about a churro, but it's softer and fluffier in terms of most of it being a pancake.
That texture.
Wow.
Texture.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Man, I need to try this churro pancake. Man, I would like to learn how to make this at home.
You gotta learn how to make a churro first.
Oh, me too.
Oh, make a churro. Do you know how to make a churro?
No, but I will make a stream about it.
There we go.
I'll
tune in for that
where
one.
you at?
Like,
You've been twitching by now.
Like right here. Yeah. Streaming. I learned it's called streaming before I get dogged on again. Oh man. You got anything, Jay? Before I go?
Yeah. Follow question.
Okay, cool.
So with the foodie thing,
Yeah, foodie.
someone you're dating, would that to be at the same level, or at least supportive? Do you think?
Really good question. And honestly, you have to be kind of similar. You have to be near the same level. Like picky eaters are out of the question. My mom does not like picky eaters. And mainly it's like I just don't want to feel bad about the things I enjoy eating. So as long as one, you're tolerant, but also you just have to be culturally aware. Like I think the last guy that I started talking to for a little bit, he straight up thought that Japanese people only ate sushi. And so he would just be like, hey, where do you want to go? Let's go to this sushi place. Let's go to this sushi place. And I'm like, do you know?
I think I got it. Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, I was like, can you name like a different cuisine besides sushi? And, you don't have to know right off the bat, but it was more like, okay, we've been talking for like 3 months. Like, have you done any research or have you asked about it? And he didn't know. He was just like, honestly, not sure. Figured it was just sushi. And, so I'm like, there's like ramen. There's so many other things. Even rice balls. You could have thrown in anything. So for me, it's like, I want someone that's well-traveled. Just because, you don't have to be Japanese. But I would like for you to be aware of different cultures and different foods. Like I know here, like Spam musubi is really good.
Yeah.
So, I like to know those local things, and I would be really appreciative of someone else kind of being in the similar realm in a sense.
Oh.
Yeah, that way when we travel,
Definitely not afraid.
we can like go to those spots together and be like equally as excited.
Huh.
Talk about it. What's the good? What's the bad?
Yeah, exactly. Like being little judges together.
Exactly. Oh man. Speaking of traveling, me and Jay talked about this. first class and the other class. Economy. What's I like flying in first class. I don't do it a lot because because I'm in the military. I get upgraded. I love it. Is when do you fly first class or economy?
Yeah, you're trying to figure out where I sit in this.
No, I mean it don't matter, man.
No. There was only one time I've ever been first class.
Oh, do you like it? Did you like it?
Oh, I loved it. It was
my gosh,
Who
right?
wouldn't?
The bag, it's not there. You have a lot of room to do this. Like you could do this with the bag, not in your way.
Right.
Man.
Like the food is so much better. The
Is
way
it?
they treat you is better. It comes with a little bag with like all your little toiletries, toothbrush, slippers, all this crap.
Slippers.
Yeah, and the only reason I got first class was because I was a media official for the China Open tennis tournament.
Ew.
And so it was a group of us, and they actually messed up our flights completely.
Oh, no.
And so because of it, the airline kind of was like doing us a favor. They're like, you know what, we'll bump you up to first class because I think it was like we were more than 7 hours delayed. And
What?
yeah, it was terrible.
You can actually make money off of that if you didn't.
Yeah. So,
What?
you know, at the end of the day, flying first class to China from the United States, like that's a long flight. So
What is that, like 14 hours?
Something like
Some
that.
type
I don't
shit?
remember anymore. But it was so nice to be able to have like all of those luxurious things. Like I'll never forget it. If I could do it again, I will. But yeah, when I flew over here to Hawaii, it was definitely economy next to snotty nose.
Oh my God.
It was
Tell me
nasty.
about it.
It was not good.
Oh man, so I flew from Texas to Hawaii. That's like a 6, 7. I'm gonna round it to 8 hour. Man, I was in the middle with a bag, like my military bag. Oh my God, it fucking sucked balls, man.
That's why I always get window seat as much as possible. Because if I do like either aisle or middle, there's always someone gonna want to walk over you to go to the bathroom.
Ooh, okay, so window seat, right? Have you ever had a person that sat in the middle or on the side trying to take a picture of the plane flying out, like?
Oh, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Okay. All right. So
Did you sit next to me on that flight? I was just kidding.
Definitely, it was me because I was like, girl, go ahead. No, because I was one of those guys. I'm that guy. I was like, sir, ma'am, can I? And they're like, yeah, I get the yes 95% of the time. I got a no one time. I was like, and just like that. I was like, but landing, the dude was like, hey, dude, it's looking pretty nice. You want to take a picture? And I'm like, man, high five, bro. Thank you so much. But yeah, have y'all ever experienced that? Like a kid or you doing it? And was it ever awkward? Did you ever feel embarrassed in asking?
No.
I
never do it.
Oh.
Yeah,
only if I have the window.
I don't. Yeah, only if I have the window, I do it. I don't actually just like go out of my way like around a person. But I don't know, like doing content creation or even just modeling in general, you kind of get used to like doing things that are uncomfortable. in public.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I had a photo shoot by this Outlook area. I forget the name. It was like something blowhole.
In North Shore.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, while I was there, it's like it was actually pretty crowded, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of nervous. Like, I'm in my bathing suit, about to like pose, and all these people are here, but it ended up being just fine. It's like as long as you're like in the zone, just like focus on the photographer and camera. Don't look at anybody else. It's kind of like how I feel with Twitch. So I've changed my settings on Twitch to where I don't see my view count. Because something that really is a downer is when you're excited to say something and suddenly 20 people leave your stream and you're like, okay, people are losing interest. What are you doing? So it's like you have to like pretend like you don't notice that and you have to keep going. And so I've just learned like take off the view count, and for some reason if I forgot, then just don't look at it. If it's in the corner, you're just not gonna look that way, and it's fine.
Well,
yes.
goddamn.
Yeah, and also it's like moderators. Sometimes they do miss like a nasty message, and then you're out here like one of the things with Twitch because it's live. You're usually reading the message out loud as you're figuring out what it's saying.
Yeah. And
then you might be a word ahead, and you'll stop. And you're like, oh, you know what? We're skipping that. And yeah, sometimes it'll like kind of hit you hard, but the key to remember is like, hey, there's always going to be someone hating on you, but they're never doing better than you.
That's true. Keep a positive mindset.
I love that. I love that a lot. Question, You said that you're reading, the messages out loud. Have you ever been in front of a teleprompter?
Yes.
Or anything? Okay, question with that one. Has anyone ever pranked you to where you're reading the prompter and they put, "Oh yeah, Sasha got big feet," and you're just, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? You're just reading it and you're like, "Oh fuck," you know? Has that ever happened?
It hasn't happened to me. So funny enough, you've talked about how I speak well. Have I read in front of a teleprompter? So back in school, my degree is in broadcast journalism. I went to a top journalism school at the University of Missouri. And essentially, I was a news reporter and also a news producer. And so the majority of what I did the first 4 years out of college was news production. And so I actually did that to my team, to my anchors.
Atta girl.
Yeah, during a live broadcast.
High five. Yeah.
But it wasn't on purpose. It was usually at the very end of the newscast, you'll end with a kicker, just something really lighthearted, funny before commercial break. And so there was a story about a baseball player that actually pooped his pants and he had to run around the bases. It was like live on TV, so he just kind of had to play it off. So that was the story. And then like while they're laughing about it and they're like, yeah, and he pooped his pants. And then suddenly I like put some really heavy political story and I was typing it like, at like 4 a.m. when I was working. And I was like, where are my words going? I can't see it anywhere. And so then I was like, I don't know where it is. Forget it. So I ended up like rewriting it. And then later, as she's reading the kicker, and the anchor's like, ha, 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 I can't believe he poops his pants. Maybe he needs a diaper. And she goes, yeah, exactly. You know that player, Iowa caucus, blah, blah, blah. And then it just went to commercial break. And the director was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, there are
That's
my
what's
words.
up.
I
That's
found
what's
my
up.
words. And
Hell
then,
yeah.
exactly. So that happens. It's like a Anchorman moment.
Oh, I was going to say that. I was like, the hijinks that happens on Anchorman, does that shit really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
It does.
What a fucking world, man.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Hell yeah. I've always wanted to be in an office setting like The Office. You know, man, shout out to The Office. Man, goddamn. Jay, you got anything?
My last question, actually.
Yes, sir.
As we're getting close.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna set a scenario real quick.
Ooh, scenarios. Love them.
You're at a bar.
Ooh, yeah.
You see a very interesting person, guy, girl, whatever your interest is.
Okay.
They're buying you a drink.
Yes.
What drink should they be buying you?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. Usually, would they be asking me like, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" Or are they just
Sure, let's go with that.
okay? If someone asks me if I'm feeling like kind of flirty fun, I'll be like, what do you think I should get? And then I kind of want them to try to be able to guess like what type of drink I would enjoy.
So you're type of wanting them to make the choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you judging them?
I mean, a little bit. It's just kind of like if they were like, oh, yeah, let's get her a beer. I would be like, you don't know me at all, which you don't. But also, like, I'm in the mood for a cocktail. And someone that's only going to feed me beers all the time is kind of like not my vibe.
Okay.
Or if someone's like whiskey, you're just like, dang, who do you think I am? So I don't know. For some reason, I find it interesting. One, are you ballsy enough to respond and pick something for me? Or are you going to be like shy and like, no, like seriously, what do you want to have? Either way, it's not necessarily going to dock you, but the follow-up questions might get a little tougher for you.
Ooh, game time, Jay. What would you do?
What?
What's the drink?
Ah, shit.
I'm gonna spit you my drink. Jay, what would you do?
If you're just doing something casual and just want to be a friend, AMF, straight.
Okay.
Any type of Long
Hennessy.
Island.
There you go.
What?
So, okay, I would say, hey, when you ask me that question, I mean, that's just, okay, Hennessy. So, he offers you AMF, I offer you a Hennessy. What are you thinking at that time?
I'll probably say, okay. Sounds good.
Oh, yeah, hey, AMF in this hand, Hennessy in this motherfucker.
Right.
That's right.
But I don't know if I would like either of them. I'm kind of a picky drinker.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. So it's
okay.
It's not an issue.
I don't know. I kind of find that annoying about myself. I love being a foodie. I pride myself on being like, I could take anything. But then when it comes to alcohol, it's like I made an old fashioned as like a fake bartender on my stream the other day, and I could not like take a sip without making a face. I was like, ooh, I can't handle that.
Not right.
I don't do old fashioned either.
So I usually go for lemon drops if it's just like a
Lemon drops pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, those are good. Like anything with vodka where I can't taste the drink. So yeah, that's the key to me. It's like I just want something that'll make me feel good without me realizing, which can be dangerous.
Yeah.
But I can't finish my beverages. Like look at my water; it's been 2 sips this whole time. Yeah.
Question. This might be the last one. If a well-dressed, handsome fellow, if you see him drinking a Cosmo, does that?
Because it's sissy.
Yeah. Is it like in your, in you? Yeah. Is that a sissy boy, or is he like, damn, that motherfucker is confident in drinking that Cosmo? Go ahead, man.
Right. It's not about the product. It's more about them and how they're owning it. So if he's holding it like a girl, pinky out, whatever, then I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. But if, it's just like, how are they dressed? How are they in that situation? Because if it's like Jason Momoa drinking, that, I would be like, oh, he's still very manly.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is, y'all. Well, Sasha, that was fun.
Yeah, so fun.
Fucking fun. Oh, man. Where can these people that don't know you, where can they find you at?
Yeah, you could follow me on Instagram at Sasha_Emery. You can also find me on TikTok, same username, and then Twitch is just Sasha Emery.
Hell yeah. You got any shout outs before we did?
Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for reaching out, shooting your shot like that.
Yeah.
It's important. I respect it. I'm in the hustle too, so I love that, and I wish you all the very best and continue to succeed and grow this channel.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for being on. Jay, you got?
If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, all the social medias. Still working on the YouTube. I'm working on the video, so I'll come out soon. So
yeah. Shout out to KO Studios for the lovely home, Raffy Bite for the lovely beats and vibe, man. With that being said, I'm Chris.
I'm Jay.
And
I'm Sasha.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
My fault. Oh, son of a bitch. Hey, we'll get her on again. Hey, we'll get her on, folks. And we out this bitch. Peace.
We out.
Hell yeah, Sasha.
That was so fun riffing it with
radical,
you. Woo!
I'm glad you enjoyed
It's
it.
very legit. All great questions all around.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
I was
seriously.
like,
I was
man.
super into it.